Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today we are watching ClydeThaMonkey in the Yamato, a 10 Japanese battleship. He is on the map Northern Lights in a 4-point domination game mode. It's obviously a tier 10 battle, and as you can see it's before the latest patch, so the Kagero is still at tier 9. Now there are 4 destroyers around, but there is no carrier. So I guess that's okay matchmaking. Now, Clyde is a World of Warships streamer. There will be a link to his stuff in the video description. And he has a very cool laid-back stream, so you can check that out. There is also the replay on warreplays.com, and there will be a link to that in the video description as well. Now, here in the beginning of the game, we can see the team said in chat they want to take point Alpha and Bravo, and the majority of the team is here going towards A on the left side. Now we see an Ibuki here who is going towards Delta, which is not a very wise choice. There is absolutely no support going in that direction. Also, those islands prevent the team from providing supporting fire. And basically, if you go there, you're kind of stuck. It takes a while to get back to the rest of the map, and you don't want to overcommit your forces at this point, and mostly you only want to send destroyers. It's Delta. So not a very wise choice going there all alone, especially since the majority of the team is focusing on the left side of the map. Now Clyde here is supporting his gearing here at point Charlie. He can't really push in there. When you look at the enemies, there are quite a few ships over there, and if he would push too far, all of those enemies could shoot him. So the best thing here for the friendlies is to rejoin the team, the left side of the map. They could go over there and try to take Bravo. Oh, there is a Ron who is foolishly showing broadside to a Yamato, but it looks like he's getting away with it. And Clyde here is under fire from quite a few ships. He's probably trying to get closer to this island to get into some cover. And then go here further left. Oh, the Ron got away with showing broadside once, this time not so much. Only one citadel hit, but Ron took quite a bit of unnecessary damage already. Oh, the friendly forces here are moving together towards the left, which is great. A control point Alpha, and hopefully this fleet will soon turn towards point Bravo. And as you can see, the friendly Ibuki is all alone over there. There are enemies coming this way, and the Ibuki has nowhere to run, no backup, and is generally in a pretty bad spot. Let's hope he can at least take an enemy with him. And there is a brave Shimakaze, but little bit too brave. There is a nice hit. The secondaries are obviously opening up fire, and the primaries are finishing the job. You can see a Fletcher here going now through the gap in order to take care of the Ibuki. The Ron we spotted before is engaged here, and I think that's it over there. Now we can see the majority of the enemy force is moving here towards Charlie. Oh, there is another destroyer over there as well, so the best the Ibuki can hope for here is just delaying the enemy a little bit. Now meanwhile, Clyde has almost here arrived at point Bravo. A friendly destroyer has started to capture. The enemy team is in full retreat. The friendly team controls here, I think, most of the left side. Now Clyde has a choice here. He can either push straight through Bravo and rejoin the enemy force here in the north, or he can stay south. There are still a few ships around here, and it looks like enemies might be coming this way. So maybe they can stick together here and take out a few of those ships who are bravely pushing towards this side. That poor friendly Hindenburg is in trouble. Because there is a Montana coming. Clyde is turning his ship around and he will probably engage the Montana. I'm afraid it might be too late for the friendly Hindenburg, but well, at least he can take down the Montana. There also seems to be a New Orleans coming. There might be enemy ships coming from Point Delta. We saw that there were 2 destroyers and a cruiser over there. The Montana is showing a bit too much broadside. She is already turning to correct that mistake. There are also some torpedoes coming this way. Now Clyde is slightly angled. Still a bit risky. He should probably angle better, but currently the Montana doesn't seem that interested in him and he wants to fire all of his guns. There are some nice hits. So this turned out well. Now we saw a cruiser here coming through Charlie. That cruiser might still be coming. We don't know where the majority of the enemy ships are. Actually, we can only see 3. And yep, there is the New Orleans. The New Orleans has decided that it isn't a very good idea to sail this way. So he is reversing. The mountain unfortunately blocks most of the shells. And look at that, the friendly team is moving as a front on both sides, the north and the south, and they are pushing towards Charlie. The friendly team has a small lead, but it's pretty even. And look at that, there is a juicy Izumo showing broadside. Unfortunately, the Sumo seems to be slowing down, so probably no hits. And here we can see the Rhone coming from Point Delta. I don't think we have seen any destroyers yet from that direction. But we still don't know where they are. And here's another go at the Izumo. The Izumo is speeding up again, but those shells look pretty decent and quite a bit of damage. Now I think we briefly saw a destroyer somewhere. There is a destroyer hiding behind this island. He was earlier briefly visible on the minimap. So if Clyde pushes here any further, he will get hit by torpedoes. Now he has also launched his catapult fighter, who will hopefully help spot. And there is a juicy Montana showing broadside and considering his gun position pretty ignorant. That Clyde is waiting here. There you go. Nice citadel hit. And here we can see the destroyer again. He is hiding behind this island and he is practically in an ambush position. He waits until a battleship will sail forward and then probably unleash his torpedoes. Now the Montana is... no, he is still not looking this way. Unfortunately, he's a little bit better angled. Now Clyde is moving again. He has to turn left here because he will risk torpedoes here from the right, and that's exactly what he is doing. He is also watching this area. Now we can see the smoke. The destroyer has moved out. So there are most likely torpedoes coming this way. Clyde's already turning. The problem, of course, is if he turns too far, then he risks getting shot into his broadside by the Montana. Thankfully, the Montana still doesn't really look this way. And those torpedoes are actually pretty good. They are going to hurt. And the Montana is finally looking this way. This is a very bad time for it, because Clyde is forced to show broadside because of the torpedoes. And there goes the Montana. It looks like the enemy destroyer moved quite a bit beyond the island in the cover of the smoke. I wouldn't have expected the torpedoes quite from this angle, to be honest. But well, the Yamato is still pretty healthy. Unfortunately, he is now flooding because of the second torpedo salvo, and the repair is on cooldown, so yeah. Fletcher is still holding position behind this island. It looks like the North Carolina got a nice little hit, and I suppose the Fletcher's torpedoes are on reload. The Rhone is also still around, and probably the next target for Clyde. In the north it looks like a pretty even battle, and a lot of ships that are already sunk. Now let's hope he can get some hits at the Rhone. The Rhone is showing broadside, but at, well, 16 kilometers. Yeah, the dispersion can get a bit bad. Now Clyde finally got rid of the flooding. He will very soon be able to heal. Also at this range, the Rhone has quite a bit of time to maneuver after Clyde has fired, so not so easy to hit her if it's trying to maneuver. But yeah, he managed to sink the Rhone. That's one less ship to worry about. Now the Fletcher will be a much bigger problem. I don't actually know the torpedo reload on the Fletcher, but I would assume that torpedoes might be coming this way pretty soon. Now the secondaries are already doing quite a bit of a job, and Clyde has to be careful here. The Fletcher seems to be retreating, which also means that the torpedo launch here was not that great angle-wise, and I think Clyde can dodge those. Yeah, this is looking good. Oh, there is unfortunately a second salvo, and I think he will take one hit, but the Fletcher should go down now. Nicely done. Now this is pretty close. It's 4 against 3. They are almost equal on points. And the friendly ships are also quite a bit damaged. So is this tier pits though. Yeah, this is still anyone's game. Clyde will probably swing around this island and then head straight towards Charlie. We can now see all enemy ships. They are all here up in the north. It's 3 versus 3 now. No, the tier pits is gone as well. So some nice back and forth here. Unfortunately, the friendly ships are, well, quite a bit damaged. So if the enemy destroyer gets a good torpedo salvo in here, that could certainly change the game. Although if the friendly destroyer gets a good torpedo salvo, the enemies, it would be really game changing as well. And it looks like the Fletcher has moved a bit too far out of the smoke screen. He's now detected, but he's already slowing down, and well, he's undetected again. Now there is an Izumo. The Izumo is kind of showing broadside. Also there is a nice torpedo wall coming towards the Izumo. If the Izumo doesn't turn soon, he might get hit pretty badly. Oh. Izumo actually got away pretty healthy from that. Now Clyde is showing maybe a little bit too much broadside. He wanted to fire all of his guns towards that Izumo. And unfortunately the enemy battleship is now hiding in the smoke. And there are probably torpedoes coming somewhere this way. There is the Izumo again. The Izumo seems to be focusing on the other friendly battleship. And there are their torpedoes. Now can Clyde dodge them? I think he will take two probably. And yep, this certainly hurt. But his ship is still floating. Looks like the North Carolina is on a ramming course. Now I'm not sure if that's wise or not. But it will take out two ships. Now it's the Fletcher against Clyde and the Earring, I think. So, well, that settles that. It's a win. Let's take a look at the results. Clyde managed to get 2,766 base experience and he sunk 5 enemy ships. It was certainly well played by him. He was spawning on the right side, the majority of the team was going left, so he slowly joined them and then turned around and pushed back on his flank. And it worked out pretty well. Clyde achieved Confederate First Blood, Dreadnought and Kraken. He did 193,000 points of damage. And yeah, I found it an enjoyable match to watch. I hope you did as well. And I'll see you guys next time.